Update! And it's been another week. We are in the city today.
And what are you drinking right now?
Pumpkin spice latte.
And
the best fall beverage.
How long have you been waiting for that today?
Since like the morning.
Hours.
Today we are going to discuss several things. First of all being, please visit the Indiegogo campaign. First link in the doobly-doo. Help us raise the funds for episode 7. So far we're at around $1,500.
Which is not even what we spent out of our savings account yet.
Yep, so it has not covered the costs that Eliza and I and Ryan have put in to the episode so far. If you can, head over there and help us out. Thanks a bunch. What have we been doing today, hon?
Today we are going around gathering props and equipment for our last day of shooting on episode 7, which is going to be tomorrow. I can't
Is that
put
it?
my feet down.
Is
Nah,
that it?
you better check the rest of the car.
Oh, okay. Set deck. That's right, our final shooting day of episode 7 is tomorrow. God willing and the creek don't rise. Right?
Cross your fingers, toes, any other appendages you have available for crossing.
That's right. And it's a lovely day today.
It is. It started out pretty cold.
So, episode 6 part 2.
Oh yeah, part 2.
Went up this last week. Thank you for going and watching it. If you have not seen it yet, there's a link right here. Go click on it. Okay, you've had your opportunity. There's also a link down below. You can go click on it at any time.
In the schmoobly boobly.
Whoa. Whoa. Coined and minted.
Did you want to say something about the streamies? I seem to recall that Jake, you wanted to mention something on the stream.
Okay, so the streamies are coming up. The streamies are like the Oscars for internet video, or one of the few. And I wanted to submit us this year. I was like, this is it. I just saw the thing, oh man, I'm gonna submit us for the streamies. I go and I start filling out the application and everything. And then I'm like, what? That's what I was like.
This is you. What?
In order to enter yourself in one category, it costs $125. Each subsequent category costs $50 to enter, and I would want to enter everybody for everything, you know? So we're looking at like $400 before you can enter, you can randomly just enter in whatever category you want.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's $400 that we could spend on making the show.
Yeah, that would buy a lot of show.
Yeah.
Get
a lot
so
of
many
crew
people
meals.
Lunch.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Okay, so episode 6 part 2 stuff. A lot of people in the comments, not a lot, but there were a few people in the comments who were like, it feels very kind of disjointed watching it week to week, 6 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
And I agree with that 100%.
I know you do.
Absolutely.
You agreed with that from the beginning.
The reason I always wanted to do it day after day is because it's meant to be watched all at once. All 43 minutes of episode 6 should be watched front to back at one time. That's how it's meant to be viewed. It's like a short film. It's like an episode of a drama all at once.
Yeah.
It's not like a season of TV. It's not it's supposed to be broken up like that. But when I did it daily, it's something that could be sustained, I felt. The excitement level could be sustained for like 7 days in a row, 5 days in a row, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
The reason it's gone week to week this time is because, A, whenever I talked about my method of releasing it, people were like, oh no, you gotta go week to week. You gotta go week to week, because that's how it's done. That's how web series are done, and it makes it last longer. Understandable. The only reason I got behind that, it makes it last longer thing this time, was because it took us a friggin' year to get this thing done. And I didn't want it to be over in a week this time.
That's fair.
The beginning of episode 6 part 2 is the most difficult night of PoPS production, I think, ever.
Yeah. Yeah. At the pedestrians.
Yeah.
Finally getting
Yeah, it was sleeting. It was cold. We were outside a lot, and it was late.
Yeah.
It got late.
We didn't wrap until like 1, maybe 1, a little after 1, and it was freezing cold. It was December. Here are a couple shots where you can maybe see the sleet-hail.
Yeah.
Or at least hear it on the umbrellas covering the equipment.
Or see Caitlin shivering.
No. Okay, cover her up. Cut. Good. Alright. We should just get... So we were doing a lot of outside-inside stuff that night. Every time we headed back outside, the hail would start again. And then we'd go back inside to try and shoot something else. It was just a rough night. But you do what you gotta, you know?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to England.
Oh yeah, we're going to England.
By this time next week, we will be in England, actually.
God willing.
And the creek don't rise. We're doing a meetup. We're doing a meetup in London.
And I think it's Kensington Gardens, although Kensington Gardens.
Sunday morning, Sunday the 30th.
Yeah, at the Prince Albert Memorial, right across from the Prince Albert Hall, is where we'll be.
We'll be 10:30 a.m. to around 11 a.m.
On Sunday.
Come up and say hi. We'll give you a PoPS button.
Yeah. It's only happened a couple of times that Jake and I have met fans outside of circumstances in which we would expect it. But when it happens, like, Jake and I are really excited to meet you guys, but we're also kind of at a loss. Like, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to say? So my question to you this week, in anticipation of a meetup next week, is what do you wish we would ask you? Or what is it that you wish you were talking to us about? If we were to meet, what is it you wish we would talk about?
Let us know what you think is a good topic of conversation, or just plain old getting to know you question in the comments.
Yeah, icebreaker.
Watch out for the episode 6 part 3 upload on Wednesday at noon Central Standard Time. See you next week.
See you next week.
Hopefully in person.
Yeah.
Don't forget to visit our Indiegogo page.